So hey guys, and welcome to another Retro Games for Cheaters with me, Supernautus. Today we're playing, or this time we're playing Einhander. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It's a German word, but it doesn't really matter. It's a game produced by Squaresoft back in 1997 originally. 98, the English language version of the game was released. It's a side-scrolling shooter, what can I tell you? And yeah, I don't really care about that, and I don't need to do that.
There was a time
I don't need to enter a name,
era of great chaos, when the earth
because we're going to play
and
it
the moon were
in
at
one
war
sitting.
with each other.
with infinite health, and lives, and ammo for our special
A
weapons.
daredevil from piloted a bizarre aircraft,
We're piloting a bizarre aircraft, apparently.
and because of its shape, called Einhander.
Einhander. Historically, a single-handed sword. Not much more I could tell you than that, to be honest. This was an interesting game, I suppose, for Squaresoft. I don't know how many... You know, most of what you think of when you think of Squaresoft's games around the PlayStation times, probably RPGs, to be honest. But it's a pretty accomplished shoot 'em up. And I don't really have much I need to adjust here, but let's just take a quick look. Maybe I can just boost the difficulty just a touch. And I think that's quite alright, actually. Oh no, wait. There we go, that's better. Yeah. So yeah, it's side-scrolling shoot 'em up. Not a lot I need to tell you about it. It's quite interesting because it allows you to rotate weapons. You get a choice of craft. This one has one machine gun and you can carry 3 special weapons to it. That has 2 machine guns, but only one special weapon at a time. Actually, you know, we might go for the Endymion FRS Mark III. Just because I feel like that might actually be quite a nice little touch. The double machine guns, we're playing it, as I say, with infinite health and lives. The doubled up machine gun just feels a bit better. So let's do it, let's see how we get on in this very PS1 game, shall we say. In terms of appearance, you know, it's pretty much what you'd expect from something of the time. It's not just a horizontal kind of side-scrolling shooter, though. You do have the option of... that's an option. There are a variety of scrolling options, and the background tends to rotate a bit. I don't know quite what that's about. Something about gas masks. The cannon's quite good because it does a lot of damage. The Wasp is like a smaller kind of rocket pod. We've got to smash our way through all of these signs in the city in order to get through. So yeah, it's got some interesting perspective-based scrolling, as well as just the side-scrolling elements. We've got some up and down movement. Not much more I need to say than that, really. This one has quite a good skill in that this spreader from some of the others fires backwards. On this particular craft it fires forwards, which is helpful. Now we can blow that thing's guns out of its hand. That seems to be the route we need to take to get rid of it. Gradually work on its weapons, and then... To be honest, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe working on its weapons wasn't the best option. But never mind, it's dead. And we move on next to more enemies. It's got what feels like a kind of continuous fight rather than necessarily jumping from level to level. Which I feel is quite nice, actually, because sometimes you don't want these little gaps in between where the game has to load another stage. As long as they can work their way through the stages and make things look quite good. Sometimes this works a little better. Sometimes. Get the old Vulcan cannon on the go. It does quite a lot of damage. We've got a boost there, I think, that's quite useful, maybe? I don't really think it is that useful, to be honest. Try not to hit those barriers, like I did. Don't want that cannon. It's very slow. Did I just... oh no. I thought I just died, but no, it was just that we were changing perspective to the boss, which is like a weird two-legged... I don't know, what would you call that? Is it some kind of dinosaur? Some sort of... oh, it's an ostrich! Right, because it's burying its head in the sand, see? And it has 2 legs. Just remember, the best thing to do is just keep shooting. As they said in Finding Nemo. Oh wait, that was swimming. I remember now. Just keep blasting away on its protrusions until finally it goes down. It can flip its head over, but we just keep blasting. And it should go down about now. There we go. And blam. All gone. Next. Yeah, so it just shows us the results of what we've just done, and then it kind of just continues, which is quite good. That way it feels like the game doesn't stop flowing. To find the enemy supply route. We've got 678,000 points. Let's do it. We've only got our machine guns at the moment because our special weapons are not active yet. And we're going through some kind of wrecked area. I guess that used to be a town of some kind. So now in this stage we get our special weapons from these creatures. I think you have to shoot the top off them rather than the bottom. And now we got the Vulcan. Don't want the cannon, so we can leave that. Let it skid along the ground. Something's dropping bombs near us. That's this thing. We can pretty much destroy the back of it without any major problems. I would expect that we're going to be facing some more attacks from that at some point. Now we're at it, we'll just destroy these Vulcan cannons or whatever they are on the back of here. And move on, I guess. We went through that pretty quick. See, the cannon just feels quite slow. It does a lot of damage, no doubt. But it is a very slow weapon to use. Which is unfortunate. But it's a devastating weapon, that much is for sure. And now we've got some kind of robotic, mechanized device on the back of the train. But nothing can stand against us. Take the Wasp. I feel like it does a bit more damage, and also it seems to lock on, so can't complain too much about that. Old Einhander. I don't really know why they decided to name it after what is a sword carried in a single hand, as opposed to the old Zweihander. That's what we need, hedgehogs. Fire hedgehogs into the sky. So a grenade launcher would probably be quite a bit nicer. It fires backwards, okay. So it's not actually that much use at all then in that case. There's not a lot of things that are getting behind us, so... Old Wasp. I like the Wasp, it's quite a good one. But not the car. I switched to the cannon. And I see if I had that grenade one now, it wouldn't be too bad. I could take this thing out. Vulcan cannon, I think, is the best one of all of them. And now I don't have any special weapons. But we can kick our legs out like that. Woo! We're having a party. We're not. Okay, it's a boss. It's on the back of a train. It's something. It's like a car. It's a car. It's the Thunder Tank. Maybe it's a Rumbler style Batmobile. Either way, it's not going to be difficult to deal with. Get my special weapon, please. I can't use it right now against that anyway, because it's over there. I'd like to destroy its bits. Sounds dodgy, doesn't it? I'd like to destroy its bits. Did we get it? Is it dead? No. Apparently I'm engaged in some sort of unauthorized thing. I mean, I would assume so. If these are some kind of armed force and I'm fighting them all off, it's probably unlawful, right? I mean, that would make some sense. How is it still alive? I mean, we did some serious damage to it there. Because that other gun pod's not down. Still there. Only now it has no pods at the front of it. Apart from that one. Takes a long time to kill. Right, surely that's it now. Yeah, that'll be it. I need a new special weapon, please. The Vulcan will work. It'll definitely work. And more of those like mech things, but this time they're flying. And if we're honest, they're pretty easy to take down. The Wasp. Not the Hornet of some kind of description. It's a Wasp. Angry little weapon. Because don't Wasps always seem really angry, you know? Bzzz. They just go for you if they get the opportunity. Not like bees. Bees are good. What am I talking about? Well, most bees are pretty docile, but some are not, obviously. Why am I talking about bees? Well, we're on above a road that looks like some kind of smoothed area anyway. Little wave of weapons while we're here. What's coming? What's our next target? It's hidden in the shadows. Well, I don't know exactly which part of this we're supposed to be hitting. Oh, there we go, it's face. It's cockpit, maybe. Surely if we destroy the cockpit on this thing, then everything's done, right? I'm not scared of your weapons. Maybe I can destroy them though. I think I probably can. Yeah, it looks like I probably can. They'll probably go down before the cockpit does. Oh, that looks like it's done. That's one weapon out of the way. Take the flamethrower while we're at it. Oh, it's rotating. It's having it's got extra arms. Yeah, it does. Better get down on these weapons too then. They're bringing a lot of their allies in. That weapon's down-ish. And that one's going. Shoot it in the face. It looks like we might have done it. Yep, I would say that's dead. It's gone. Are we in space now or something? Or is it some sort of tunnel? We're in a tunnel.
Artificial satellite space is monitored ahead.
Artificial satellite space monitored ahead.
It is assumed to be an enemy supply base. The rear gate is closed down. The way out is cut off.
The way out's cut off. Oh, well, we'll see about that. I don't think so. Actually, I do know why this is called Einhander. It's because you have that random arm that picks up all the weaponry from enemies. What we see grasping these weapons. It's like a hand, so that's kind of why it's called what it's called. It is a strange little ship. We can have like a lightsaber. Sorry, blade. It's not a lightsaber. Don't call it that. I dare you. Most of these just seem to be... What was that? I like that weapon, but you have to get so close to your enemies with it. I do like the wasp, but the spreader's okay when it's firing forwards. We found a door. And an alarm's going off. Vulcan's good. Most of the weapons are actually pretty good, but you just have to, obviously, very different purposes in a lot of cases. What is this thing? It's like a spider. Oh, I see. So they can blow off my special weapons if they shoot at them. But as long as we maintain our attack on this thing, it should be okay. Now it's like spinning around, it doesn't know where to go. Or is it trying to get away from my shots? I don't know. Either way, just bombard it continuously, right? Could have got a special weapon there. Although I don't know that I need it right at this moment. That didn't give me anything useful. Maybe this will. Or I could get stuck on the landscape instead. Which it looks like was more likely. Just take out some extra enemies, because it seems like that's an important part of your score. And again, who really cares? As long as we can get through this. Go away, you! don't let that thing trap you. See, you gotta watch for those. They're a bit of a trap, you know? How much damage does this thing take? Okay, so that's why you have to destroy those things if you were playing without infinite health. Because you would get devastated by that beam otherwise. This thing's taking a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Takes a very long time to defeat. Oh, looking like we might be past it now. Surely it can't last much longer. It's just jumped down a hole and gone boom at the bottom. What's this thing? I guess we want to just shoot at it as much as possible. What's that? It's dropping flares? Wait, are they destroying that themselves? Go inside. Come out. I don't really understand what those things were doing. Get a new special weapon. Doesn't look like they're supposed to do anything. Something destroyed my weapon almost immediately. This doesn't seem to do anything, like shooting at this doesn't seem to have any purpose. At least not so far. Don't want the hedgehog. I wouldn't mind Falcon, but bit of blade action going on here now. And then another tunnel for us to go through. Just in time. There's something behind. Some sort of tank behind us. Or nothing, okay. Spreader. I could have the Vulcan. There we go. One Vulcan. Coming right up. Now, that was the thing that shot past us. Is this another boss fight? What do I have to destroy on this thing? Just its face? It's tilting the whole room. It's like an elevator. It's tilting the whole lift. It seems to be the only damage I'm doing to it when I shoot it in its front end. In its face. That seems to be the only time I'm doing it any damage. And this double machine gun doesn't really help that much, it has to be said. Okay, in there. I think. Maybe not. Did I kill it? I guess I did. Just blasted fire out its back end. So after a particularly spicy meal.
9234.
Extended play!
Find the nuclear reactor in the enemy base and destroy it.
Find the nuclear reactor. Okay. We'll do that then. Shouldn't be difficult. It's it's a pretty accomplished sort of shoot 'em up, I would say. It's a pretty good game. There can be I don't think there could be a lot of argument about that. It's quick. It runs well. It's not a lot to complain about. At a time when Squaresoft were probably reaching the kind of apex, I suppose, of their abilities, you know? And also, I suppose we have to remember that, you know, these kinds of games, I mean, shoot 'em ups were extremely popular. Still are. For people that are actually good at them. People that aren't me. I think we did something to that. I think it's doing something to us right now. I can be inside of it. There we go, it's not got much power anymore. Oh, but it manages to launch its cockpit as some kind of escape mechanism. Have I just been drowned? We're in kind of a tunnel that's half filled with water. So that's nice. Grenades are shooting behind me, so... And they just shoot straight down. Of course they aren't just grenades, so... What are we getting to here? Excuse me. And all the language seems to be in German in this place. We're about to be attacked by some kind of water-based boss, sub-boss. Whatever it is, we're going to take it out. Is that as far out of the water as it comes? Because that seems a bit... It's taking a while. As they always do. What was that? Shot some kind of weird little guns into the sky. Well, I think we've got him. I think we've almost got him. Now he's doing chin-ups, look. He's doing pull-ups. Just showing off now, isn't he? Look at me, I can do pull-ups while I shoot at you. Don't think so, pal. Is that him? Is he dead? Or is it going to pop up again? Of course it is. What's it doing? Doesn't seem to know what it's wanting to do. Oh, it must be dead then. Because it blew up in a big fireball. And that usually means these things are dead. Pretty much. I'm not sure if I want to be on that or not. I feel like I'm now stuck between a couple of places. Hedgehog. Not that that's much use to me here, in this tiny constrained area. Not a lot of space to go anywhere. I guess this is because we're heading towards the reactor, which will be deep within some kind of bunker, I imagine. I think there were actually multiple paths we could have used in this particular level. A smaller variation on that first boss that we fought. And There we go. If you stay close to them, you can drop a grenade quite nicely on them. It's like he's shooting them out the back of himself. Like some kind of, I don't know, explosive gas situation. Now what? Now what is it? There's no point firing my guns if there's nothing here, right? Is this the reactor now? Can we blow it to Kingdom Come? Finish the situation off. Well, there's something. That's not the reactor though, is it? What's it called? It sounded like I said Beetle 5000. It's some sort of new Volkswagen vehicle that we're going to get on the market. They are speaking German though, and I don't know German, so... Seems to be gaining extra pieces of armor as I approach it. Might be able to get a wasp off this. Yeah. That'll be good. Didn't last very long, but we got it. That's good. What's it doing? It's laying eggs now. Don't lay eggs on me. I don't want robot eggs on me. They're useless here. You can't crack one open and make yourself an omelette. Not that that matters. Right, this thing is obviously a little bit awkward to deal with, mainly because we're stuck with one gun for a lot of it, but not all of it. Is it dead, or is it going to come back in some other form? No, it's definitely dead. You can tell because it blew up. What's next?
Received telegram from Hyperion. It reported that a new stratagem spacecraft is preparing departure.
Apparently they're sending telegrams in the future.
To your southeast.
Yeah.
Invade their aerial port.
Here's a telegram for you.
Operation on the enemy until our main unit descends.
I didn't say stop enough for a telegram. This is a telegram. Stop. Apparently I have 2 fighters left. I didn't think I'd lost it. I thought you started with 3. Did I lose a life somewhere? I don't think I did. Take this. Lightsaber action. Sorry, sword action. I'm not allowed to call it a lightsaber, guys. Come on. Take it seriously. That's quite a nice weapon, because I can just do that. To add like a row of enemies. Oh, we lost it though. There's one problem. If I run into enemies, I will lose that. I was wondering about the bar on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. I'm guessing the way it's working with the infinite lives then is that that's the life bar, isn't it? And it's replenishing itself when I run out. Or am I wrong? I'm not sure what that bar at the bottom represents. Maybe how much damage there is left to do on these things before they're dead was what I thought. I'm just not sure. just not sure. Right, here we go. What's next? Is it some sort of sub-boss? It seems like every level has that, you know, a boss and a sub-boss. You can destroy these things that are going up and down if we want to. Maybe it'll give us some extra score, I suppose. It's not like it's something you need to do, though. Oh. See something coming. It's got in front of me. And the way the view's changed, is this the boss? Well, it roared at me. It's not very impressive. Nor is it effective. I feel like I need to be behind it, in front of it, but with a weapon that shoots backwards. What's he doing? I'm not sure this is the right way to do this. Why is it over there? Go over here to see if it'll come over. There we go. That's what we need to do. Is there a part of this that's flashing when I'm hitting it? I don't know that there is. It is definitely flinching when we hit it with that, though, isn't it? The arms can be destroyed by the look of things. I mean, I don't know, because it's backflipping everywhere, isn't it? Over there. Well, that did something. Something broke off. Is it about to throw that at me? Missed me. What is this thing? I lost that. Shouldn't have lost it. There you go. I'm over here, come on. Can't do much while you're on that side of the screen, I'm afraid. I don't think I can turn. Okay, we're good. That's an arm destroyed, or it looks like it is anyway. Oh, we're about to get a box thrown at us again. I threw it the wrong way, mate. Oh, I didn't lose my wasp yet. Probably about to. No, I haven't lost it yet. Going up now. We're flying upward now, why? So we're not supposed to kill that thing? Because, you know, it seemed to me that it was quite clearly still alive. Unless it's about to come bursting out of the ground underneath us. No, it's definitely gone. This thing's quite tough. I said it's definitely gone. It could obviously come back. It could suddenly burst back onto the scene with little warning. Landed on something and did it a decent amount of damage too. Well, the spreader's going behind. Ah. Now we're on the blade. I destroyed his special weapon instead of taking it for myself. Silly. Probably should have taken on some of these bigger creatures, to be honest. These bigger enemies. Because they're obviously more deadly than any of the others. That's that hedgehog thing that he's using. Okay, it's all good. Dead. Oh, here we go. I shouldn't shoot the cannon first. By shooting its cannon first, I don't get any extra weapons. Of course. Those things look dangerous. Here we go. We got 3 of them. And they did nothing. Okay. Maybe they're on their way, they're just going to turn around somewhere up in front. We'll soon find out. I didn't catch the extra weapons there. There they are. Well, it's just those things. I thought there was something. I thought there might be something interesting coming. Seeing a wall ahead though. I would suggest. Oh look, I see something big trying to take off. Is that like some sort of space shuttle or rocket? Guess we're about to find out. Oh, we got this thing fighting us first. Oh. Try using this on him. It's definitely done something to him, so that's okay. Oh, and this bomb's bounced back at us, so even if I think we're okay. Yeah, I mean the infinite ammo in our special weapon's good, but obviously we can lose it quite easily. Well, we got rid of that, whatever that was. It's launching triangles at us. We don't want triangles launched at us, thanks. Ah, its rear weapon is no more. Is that it? Nope, it's rotating. No, it's dead. It's dead. As soon as we start seeing rays of light shooting out, we know that it's no more. The main unit can't make it for dinner, apparently. Pursue the stratagem spacecraft alone. Yeah, why not? That works. Let's continue then. Is that? And it's going. Look at it, it's massive. It's huge, it's launching itself diagonally straight into space at a great speed. Is this thing really fast enough to launch itself into space? Like, can it really reach the exit velocity required? Am I about to change into some other craft? So we've got 2 solid rocket boosters. I reckon they're the thing we've got to take down. I'm guessing because it's flashing and telling us that that's our target, right? There it is. Can I not get close enough to shoot it then? Not much point putting me over here. There's a time limit on this. Oh my. Can't go into those thrusters when they're thrusting, can I? Ah, I can go here though. So I've got 2 minutes to do this. I need to take this out. I don't know if I can do this. Have I got time to destroy this? Well, that might be one of them. That took a minute or so to destroy. But now I've only got my machine gun to do it with. Surely with one thruster destroyed, it doesn't have enough speed to escape, like velocity-wise. It's all well and good to say, you know, it can. I'm sure it can fly, but there goes the second thruster. What's next? Surely it can't go anywhere now. It's not exited the gravity of the Earth yet, has it? It has to crash down to the Earth with a big boom, doesn't it? Yeah, it's fallen. It's not climbing anymore. But something just got out. Looks like this might be some kind of boss character to finish us off. Eventually, whenever it decides to make an appearance. There it is. What's that? It's a weird satellite type thing. I don't know what it is. It's something with rotating wings of some kind on it. I'm assuming this will be the final stage. There's not much else going on. Just keep firing. It's one part of it taken off. Don't know how many parts I can realistically destroy right now, but that did something by the look of things. Seems to be causing problems. What even is this thing? Is this the aircraft, spacecraft that we were told to take down? I mean, this is where all the people controlling it are. That tower area underneath, I thought if we destroyed that, that would do it, surely. Looks like I was wrong. Well, that might do it, though. That might do the job. Looks like it did. Big boom. Big bada boom. Oh, telegram. Enemy threat removed.
The latest AOS unmanned fighter has been completed according to the data from your battle record. For your meritorious deed, you were honored to be selected as the target of the last AOS test. Congratulations.
I get to be the target of the last test.
After your death, you will advance 2 classes and be awarded the Sirius decoration.
After my death, I will advance 2 classes. Wait, what? Say what? Well, something's going on at least. Wait, what's going on? What's it showing me? It's showing me surviving some massive attack. There I am, alive and well, for now. I guess. And there we go, guys. That is Einhander. That's a good question. The only thing that kept me alive in the intense gunfire of my allies was a burning question. Why are they after me? The Earth wasn't the utopia my superiors spoke of, and that's why, because I'd realised that Earth wasn't so good. Do you think that's why they decided they had to kill me? Seems a bit harsh, personally, but, you know. 1 month later... Wait, is this not the end of the game?
You are committing a major act of treason. Remove your armament promptly, then surrender
Wait, do I have to... Have I got a mission where I have to fight off human beings? Saying I have to remove my armor. Ah, so we're not finished then. I was wrong. We gotta fight some humans first. After all I did for these people, man. They're just gonna abandon me. I guess we learned some more information than we were supposed to learn. Oh, here we go. Some kind of transformer. Is this their alternative version of me? What's... I don't know what it is. Looks pretty dangerous, but so far at least doesn't seem to have done much. Just blast it straight in the front, and then it runs away again. Running away. Just runs all the time. I'm not supposed to do anything if it keeps running away. It's just not fair, is it? The good news obviously is as it comes towards us we can pretty much take out each of its bits quite easily. So my so-called allies are all after me now. Now we got to deal with all those annoying things, blasting out their laser beams. What's next? Back to this thing. Launching balls of light at us now. We've got no special weapons to help me destroy him any quicker. Come on. Take him down. Take him down, come on. It's a big fight. So what we need to do is move in such a way that we'll get away from those things as fast as possible. Trouble is, as soon as it barges into you there like that, you don't have your special weapon anymore. Come on. Artificially elongating the fight by Now I've seen a lot of the complaints about this game. Not that there were many, they said it was a great game to play, but the main complaint was that it was quite short. And I'm thinking back and I'm thinking a lot of shoot maps like this lasted 25 minutes, you know. I think this lasts quite a bit longer than that, so I think the trouble was that people were expecting longer game lengths, because on PS1 obviously a lot of games are quite a bit longer than 25 minutes. There's very few that are about that long, and most of them are, you know, shoot 'em ups. Not to say there aren't any long ones, because there are, but it's not that surprising to see a shoot 'em up that was relatively short at that time. So it's a confusing complaint that people had. Oh, and also it's not multiplayer, which they didn't like either. You know, I can kind of see that, I suppose. Right, so what are we doing now? I thought that was the end of the game before, but apparently it wasn't. So what are we doing now? considering they said it was too short. We're on almost an hour. Okay. Boss repulse time wasn't great, 3 minutes 20. We should have done it quicker, apparently. But we got a lot of points. I think we got a lot of points, so yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm no complaining. So after the battle, both sides are no longer able to fight, agree to a temporary ceasefire. Gradually, the people on each side became aware of the conditions of the other, naturally leading to the end of the war. Although no utopia, a temporary balance fell over the world again, but the name of the one who indirectly brought about the end of the war was completely erased from the official records of both powers. Now only those who actually fought and were wounded in the war know the name of Einhander. Understandable. So there we go, guys. That is Einhander on PlayStation 1. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please feel free to hit that like button and maybe add a subscription too. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.